Our next film, Streetwise, a documentary about runaway children, is one of the finest films I've seen in a long, long time. I hope to see a better film this year, but I doubt that I will. It's shockingly good. Of course, the subject is sensational and compelling. Runaway youngsters in Seattle, Washington, living in flop houses, abandoned hotels, working as prostitutes, beggars, and thieves, eating out of trash cans, talking hatefully about parents who abused and abandoned them. Here are two such girls, one 14, one 16, working in Seattle as prostitutes.
My mom, first she went on vacation about 4 o'clock in the morning. They left Friday, and she comes down and she wakes me up. She goes, we're leaving now, and I go, yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, yeah, bye, you know. And she goes, I know that you're a prostitute and everything, and I know what you're doing and stuff, and I know you got money. And I jumped up like, did you look at my purse, you know? She goes, no. And I go, Mom, I am not, just leave, you know. She goes, fine, thanks a lot. She goes, I'll remember this. All week I'm gonna be, she goes, all week I'm gonna be thinking about how much you love me and everything. I don't care, she don't care about me. She never did. Oh well.
My mama cares about me a lot.
Where is she? Where does she live?
She went to Eastern Washington, I think, for the weekend.
I didn't even know my mom. I was adopted. I don't even know who my real parents are. I don't know if they're dead or alive or what. I'm going to find out, though, when I'm 18. I go to the court system and find out. But I don't know. Sometimes it seems like a waste of time. If they didn't care enough to keep me, why should I care enough to find out who they are?
Well, you know, they could be rich, though, right now. You know what I'm saying? Be rich, real rich.
Yeah.
But yet they could be bound.
My real dad, I've never known. He could be a guy that's really rich, driving a Mercedes, you know. Or he could be one of these bums on the streets. I don't know. I really want to meet him. For all I knew, you know, he could be one of these dates rolling around. I could have dated him for all I know.
You won't find dialogue better than that in any Hollywood movie. And here's another street hustler. 16-year-old Dwayne, filmed as he pays a visit to his dad, who spent most of his life in prison. His father's going to lecture him in a pathetic scene.
Yeah, how much are you smoking?
I'm cutting down to maybe 4 cigarettes a day. 4 or 5.
Well, that's good. No, don't smoke too much, because that's bad, too.
All right, hold on.
Still messing with that weed?
Huh?
Still messing with that weed?
A little.
How about anything else? Let me see your arms.
My arms, what?
Yeah. Look at your sleeve.
No, I haven't been doing none of that. Here, I'll even show you here. See? Hold on. See? Nothing.
Yeah, what are you messing with?
Huh?
What are you messing with?
Nothing.
You're a smart kid. You're a good-looking kid. You've got intelligence. You've got my brain. But you're like me. You're a con man, Dwayne.
Now, here's another young girl, a con girl, if you will, working as a prostitute, talking to her mother about the sexual abuse heaped upon her by her stepfather. Did this girl ever have a chance of beating this environment?
So I can't have me living here.
I'm trying to get some input from you, Shelley, besides anything but sarcasm.
That's all I get around here. That's all I ever hear from Larry.
It's his way of dealing with people.
Right. It makes me sick. From when I was little and he was a pervert. When every time I remember that, every time I remember what he did to me, what he took advantage of me.
I didn't
when
know.
I didn't know what he was doing, I didn't know it. Until you started asking me.
But you wouldn't tell me then.
I told you that he did. When you asked me if he did a certain thing, I said, yeah. And then when he went and told him, ever since then he's hated me.
Yeah, but he didn't do it anymore.
You don't find scenes like that in Hollywood movies. Frankly, the screenwriters aren't that good. They try to approximate real life. This is the real McCoy. The admissions these kids make, the emotions they reveal, the whole film makes us feel like we're eavesdropping on what really is going on in the mean streets of urban America. You'll see this film, and I know you'll think to yourself, are there these many kids leading these kinds of lives in my town, and why don't I know more about it? Streetwise grew out of a Life magazine article where the reporter and photographer established a terrific rapport with the street life in Seattle. Now that street life has been filmed unforgettably, and I'd like to credit the director and cinematographer, Martin Bell, the editor, Nancy Baker, the sound man, Keith Desmond, for capturing characters and drama equal to any commercial movie. I cannot recommend Streetwise enough.
And also Mariella Mark, who was the original photographer for Life magazine. You know, looking at this movie, there are a couple of reactions you can have to it. And the first reaction, and the most valid reaction, is certainly the one that I share with you. This is horrifying that these kids are going through this kind of existence. This is like Dickens in the 19th century in London, only 10 times worse. And you can't believe it's going on in the street in America.
And matter-of-factly, I mean, in other words...
Yeah, in other words, this is accepted. I mean... Yeah. The city...
well, there are people trying. We see some of these social workers. They don't have a chance.
Yeah, but at the same time, there are people who are perfectly respectable citizens who are driving their cars up there and picking up these girls and taking them out on dates. The other reaction I had was much more complex, and I hope this doesn't sound strange. I had a certain amount of admiration for the courage and resiliency of these kids. Here are 13 and 14-year-old kids living off of the streets, living off of their wits, and trying to support each other and give each other the love and the security that they did not get at home, that they could not find anywhere else in their society. And so they're breaking the law. How many legal ways are there for a 13-year-old girl to support herself? Let's face it. What amazed me was the strength of human nature that they were able to find, the resources they were able to draw on, and you think, what a waste. I mean, if these kids can survive in this environment, think what they could do if they had a fair chance.
And I'll go to a third level, which is the film level. Okay, bring it back to movies and take it out of social. Because someone could say, oh, you just like this film so much because it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh, no. This film, I'll compare it, talk about mother-daughter relationships. Everyone loves terms of endearment. The mother-daughter relationships in this film are just as compelling as Deborah Winger and Shirley MacLaine. How about the scene in the prison with the father behind the glass? There was a film, Paris, Texas, that we liked that had a similar scene with people behind glass, Nastasia Kinski and another guy. This is just as good as that. You name the Hollywood movie, and I'll show you a scene in this film, it's better.
Well, Streetwise won an Academy Award nomination this year. It didn't win the Academy Award, but
Harvey Milk beat it, and I'm telling you, this is better than Harvey Milk.
It's one of the best films of 1985. It's now opening in theaters around the country, and I hope it gets a chance. You know, documentaries are often just overlooked by people. They want to see a movie, so let's not go see a documentary. You're not going to see a fiction or a non-fiction film much stronger than Streetwise.
2 enthusiastic thumbs up for the teenage runaway documentary Streetwise, one of the finest documentary films, nothing less than that, ever made.
Number 4, Streetwise, a heartbreaking documentary about Seattle street children.
9th place, Streetwise, the heartbreaking documentary about young kids growing up on the streets of Seattle.